Subscribe. Subscribe. Let's go. Alright.
Duh. Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm gonna try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're fucking finished. Who's that? That's you.
Me?
That's what the audience sounds like to me.
I mean, true. That's fact.
That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all niggas is the worst motherfuckers I've ever tried to entertain in my fucking life.
Are you surprised though by the criticism that's come your way?
No, and I don't mind that people get upset. Some of this criticism I get is helpful. Like, I get educated by it. I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but I learn about a lot of things. You know, just from my... I swear to God, this might be the noblest of professions. Robin Williams had a bar that I loved. He said comedy is the only job you can have where you can use everything you know. And that's true. You can use more than you know. If you use what you think, use it. Don't be afraid. Don't let these bitch-ass niggas button your lip. Say it anyway. It took us 400 years to figure out as a people that white people's weakness the whole time was kneeling during their national anthem. That's a brittle spirit. That's right, nigga. On the rock, it's regular. Ah! Ah! What are you doing, nigga? Stand up!
Comedy.
Bad things happen to someone else. That's not necessarily funny.
Look at it this way. I grew up in the crack epidemic. I tell jokes about it.
Bro, let me be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest, okay? I think comedy should be as edgy and as controversial and as offending and as satirical and as offensive as possible. It's comedy, it's satire. If you can't take a joke, lock yourself inside and freaking read a book or something. Don't go get mad about a joke. Like Andrew Tate said, only cat owners call the cops on a joke. Okay? Like, if people who get mad or who get offended at jokes, I feel like people like that really should get a life. Like, it's one thing to not have a life, it's another thing to just be offended over a joke. That is the dumbest thing ever. That is the dumbest thing ever. I don't care if it's a racial joke. I've heard lots of racial jokes that are, against black people, but the context of the conversation, the context of the joke was a joke, and I get that it was a joke. I make a lot of racial jokes too. Why? Like, okay, it's people should learn to take jokes, especially in this generation.
I grew up in the crack epidemic,
But no
and
one
now
can joke
there's an
anymore.
opioid epidemic. Are they treating the opioid epidemic the way that they treated the crack epidemic? No, this is a national
What's the
health
difference?
emergency.
Opioids and crack, they're both drugs. What?
Listen,
I don't know.
we were coming up
I
with
don't know. I
police
don't know
by
the
the National
difference.
Guard, addicts were criminals.
I think opioids is injected, right? And crack is snorted. I don't know. I don't want to know. No, don't tell me in the comments. I do not want to know the difference.
Now they understand addicts are sick people, and maybe it's because the demographic of the opioid epidemic is not the same demographic of the crack epidemic.
Racially. I mean,
Right.
You're talking about race.
Right, so now that your
Oh,
community
shit.
is getting
Opioid.
destroyed, is a whole nother ball game. And then it's a huge window of empathy. Oh my God, we can see each other. We both went through similar pain. But I'm just saying, everything's funny that happens to you is more about empathy. That you there but for the grace. You guys gotta remember, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because it's funny.
Exactly, bro. That is the crux of it. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because it's funny. It's just funny, and I'm saying it because it's funny. Now you may have a different sense of humor, and I'm sorry that we don't share the same sense of humor. But if I say what I want to say to be funny and you take offense to it, I'm sorry, but I will not take your emotions into consideration. I'm sorry, but no. If I find it amusing and funny, and maybe someone else laughs in the room, then that's all I need. I don't care about your feelings anymore. I got my laugh. It's up to you to please yourself, bro. I feel like life is very depressing nowadays, and we need to find comedy in the worst. We need to find comedy in life. Why are people getting mad about things? Okay, make jokes, offend people with jokes. Okay, laugh about shit. Don't be okay. I don't know. Don't walk on eggshells with your words. If you're making a joke, mean what you're saying. Bro, I remember as a kid when people made jokes about the craziest, most fucked up shit. And we all just laughed it out because we knew it was a joke. It was a joke. It's a harmful joke. You know? It's a joke. It's a joke, man.
Till it happens to you. Not afraid of other people's freedom of expression. I don't use it as a weapon. It just makes me feel better, and I'm sorry if I hurt anybody, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. Everything I'm supposed to. But there's a more important reason that I would stop doing comedy right now. And this reason is the real reason that's been percolating, and it really is the crowd, not you. I'm talking about the crowd on the big stage.
It's too hard to entertain a country whose ears are so brittle. Motherfuckers are so sensitive. The whole country is turned into bitch-ass niggas.
Facts.
Everything you say upsets somebody.
Literally.
You know, I can remember when it all started. It was when I was doing Chappelle show. When I was doing Chappelle show,
I used to do this show, and then on the weekends I do like concerts and shit like that. So I'm doing a concert, and there was a couple in the front row, beautiful couple. The wife was obviously Asian.
Sorry.
You could see it in her face.
She was Asian, you could see it in her face. She was obviously Asian, you could see it in her face. And then you make a joke about it and people get mad.
The husband
Was white.
this motherfucker was mysterious, to say the least.
Oh, okay. I was
Quite pinpoint where he was from. Caramel-colored fella, very nice hair, but he could have been from anywhere. Bangladesh, Mexico. I can't guess with a nigga like this. All I knew for sure
like Snicko.
about this guy is that his wife was a bitch. I could see that in her face, too.
Oh my
No,
god.
he was laughing and having a good time, and she was scowling at me at a goddamn comedy show.
Hey, you're lucky he was not Will Smith, bro. That nigga would have laughed and seen her face, and then you know what I mean. Y'all niggas know what I mean.
I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized at some point that she was pregnant.
Oh,
and
shit.
I was smoking on stage. I said, oh my God, that's probably why she's mad. So
But if you're pregnant, then leave the arena, okay? If you're pregnant and you see him smoking on stage and you're sitting in front and you're mad, then it's your fault. If you have a miscarriage, it's really your fault. The man doesn't know you're pregnant. You're probably like 5 weeks pregnant. Nothing is showing. No one knows you're pregnant. So why are you mad? Why are you mad? I hate people.
I started to put my cigarette out, but then she hit me with one of them fake non-smoker calls. So I just kept smoking. I thought to myself, bitch, that baby will be fine. Relax.
I've seen pregnant women who
And I
actually
tried to break the
smoke.
tension. I just asked her. That's all I said. I go, hey, where are you guys from anyway? And I could tell that she was on to me. She goes, very condescendingly, she says, I'm from California. If you're asking my ethnicity, I am Chinese. And her husband was just cool about the shit. He was like, I'm Mexican, bro. I said, well, I'm sorry if I offended you by asking.
But you're a very beautiful couple. And miss, there's no question that you're going to give birth to the hardest working baby this world has ever seen. That's not a bad joke.
It's a joke. It's a
She
joke.
got very upset.
It's
She
a
got up to
joke.
leave immediately.
It's
But
a
she didn't just
joke.
leave. She had to take one last dig at me on the way out. I will never.
Oh no, that was the most racist joke ever. Have you guys seen that black lady that got mad when the guy said, "Okay, goodbye, Kamala Harris," and she was like, "Oh no, leave me alone." That was the most racist joke ever. I was yeah, shut up, bro. Racist jokes are the best jokes ever, bro. Bro, if you don't know how to make a racist joke, you have a very bad sense of humor, bro. Racist jokes are the best jokes, bro. Bro, if you have a best friend from another race and you guys are not racist towards each other, you guys are not best friends, bro. The best friendships are the most racist friendships, bro. I guarantee you, bro. Once you guys understand and have that connection, bro, nothing is off. Hey man, I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying, bro. Nothing's off limits.
Buy one of your fucking DVDs again, Dave Chappelle. I will never buy one of your fucking DVDs again, Dave Chappelle.
I said, ma'am, with all due respect, Chinese people don't buy DVDs.
They don't. Black people knew that we don't.
And the crowd went crazy. We were all laughing, having a good time. I didn't even think anything of it. And then just 3 days later, this lady sends a fucking letter to my promoter telling him not to book me for shows anymore
Because I was, quote, racist, and I'm quoting her, insensitive to the nature of my interracial marriage. I was like, word, bitch, I was.
And this is the problem with this generation. Everyone uses all these buzzwords. Insensitive to the nature of my biracial marriage, and you're, appropriating my culture. Nigga, shut up, bro. Oh my god, I have a story, bro. I don't want to talk too much because I don't know if you guys really care, but I'll talk for those that want to watch and at least that want to listen. I went to not a show, a festival, sort of, and the person that was performing, the woman that was performing was, fuck, I don't know where she was, but anyway, I did this because it's in Nigeria. It's something people do in church when they're worshiping God, right? They're singing and they're singing and dancing and they do this, right, just to make noise, and I did that. And then this trans man or woman, this trans person who was apparently indigenous, literally turned around and then he was like, "I'll let it slide because you're black." I was like, what? What are you talking about? You will let what slide because I'm black? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bitch, or nigga, whatever you call yourself, okay? What are you talking about? You want to fight? And he was like, you know what, you did this. I was like, okay, yeah, what's that? And he's like, oh, you're appropriating my culture. I'm like, first of all, you're not the only culture on the planet, okay? I'm Nigerian, I'm African. It is something we do in worship, in church, when you're praising God and dancing, when you're having fun, when you're dancing, when you're praising, when you're in worship, right? In church. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, but in my mind, I'm just like, don't think that your culture has like copyright claims for all the traditions, okay? Like even snapping of fingers, I'm sure there's some obscure tribe in Africa that snaps fingers to worship one of their gods, okay? Doing this doesn't mean I'm appropriating their culture or anything. I'm just doing my shit, okay? I'm just doing my shit. I don't know that your culture does it. I don't care that your culture does it. I was just enjoying myself at the festival. And this woman or man turns around and says, I'm appropriating their culture. Okay? Don't do that shit. Y'all need to stop it. Some cultures share the same traditions, and it's okay. It's okay. Okay? Okay.
If she had just done a little bit of research, she would know that I myself am in an interracial marriage. That's right. In fact, my wife is Asian too. Surprise, bitch. I'll see you on Thanksgiving.
I love him.
My wife's not Chinese. She's Filipino.
Okay.
That's right, that's right. And our kids are Puerto Rican somehow, so there you go.
Hey, yo.
I don't give a fuck about interracial marriage. In fact, you know what? My mother is half white.
A lot of people don't know that. Well, all right, you were a little too excited, but okay. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that, but it's true. You can't tell looking at me, but if I grew my hair out, you would think you was at a fucking Cat Williams concert. My shit.
Hey man, I love racism. I love racism. I love racism in comedy. I'm sorry, it's just racism is the funniest thing ever. For me, I find it funny. Some people find it oppressive. You're oppressed. You're systemically brutal, systemic appropriation. Okay, you see a white girl in braids, you call it appropriation. That's your problem. You always want to be depressed about and complain about things. Me, I see things and laugh. That is how I live my life. That's why I'm always happy. Some of you complain about everything you see. That's not how I live my life, man.
It's beautiful. But motherfuckers are just taking it too far. I don't know why or how everybody got this goddamn sensitive. You know who hates me the most? The transgender community.
Okay. Thank you for watching. That was very good. That was a very, very great video. I have another story. I was talking to this white girl one time, and she had a picture of herself, her hair braided, and then she was like, "Oh, I hope this doesn't offend you. I hope my hair doesn't offend you. You know, I was in Jamaica, and you know the black women there were angry because I braided my hair and I had to leave." And I was just like, black women make themselves oppressed. They actually bring it upon themselves. No one is oppressing you by braiding their hair. Okay, I'm sorry, but how is that? Everybody on the planet knows that braiding hair is a black woman thing. Okay, no one has to freaking tattoo their face and say, "Oh, this hair is paying homage to black women." No, you don't have to do that shit, bro. Even the English I speak is white people language, bro. I was colonized by the British people, and they taught me the English language, and I speak it. I don't have to freaking let everyone know that I'm appropriating their language. It's just a freaking. I'm just tired of this culture, man. But it's funny to me, so I just watch it and have fun.